Hey guys, let's get into how I did this super cute, natural looking high ponytail. Okay, so first I started off with just washing and blow drying my hair, making sure it's nice and clean. Then I made sure that I applied my Brazilian Keratin Therapy oil. It's super lightweight. I love it. And then also right there you see my half an inch flat iron, which is great because you can really get the roots. You see back there, I'm trying to get all the little beady beads, everything super, super straight because the hair for my ponytail is wavy, but it's straight. And I wanted to make sure it blends perfectly with my hair so it can look like it actually grew out of my head. So yeah, as you can see, I'm only straightening the roots of my hair because the bottom of my hair won't even be out. Nothing, all that stuff doesn't matter. So just make sure you focus on the roots of your hair. Okay, so here is the most important part with flat ironing, at least. Make sure you get the perimeter of your hair as straight as possible because you want those edges to be laid. You want your baby hairs to be laying. And it's super important to get in there with that small flat iron to make sure it's really, really, really straight. So I use extreme hold beeswax instead of gel that's water based because I want my hair to stay straight. I know for me, if I use any type of product that has any type of water base, it's going to make my hair just curl straight up. So I did not want that to happen. So I use beeswax, which is extremely thick. It looks really gross, but it works. And once you smooth it all out, it'll keep your hair straight, but it'll hold it in place and you can kind of mold that ponytail together. And because beeswax is so thick, you see that brush was not doing anything. I literally just had to take a small rat tooth comb and comb through it so that it was evenly distributed in my hair. So that's just what I'm doing right here, making sure that you don't have big clumps of beeswax sitting in your hair or my hair. So yeah, there you go. I'm molding the ponytail together. It's not super duper hard. I didn't want that either. I wanted it to look as natural as possible. So it still has, if you touch it, it felt pretty soft. So next I use the Lotta Body Edge Control. It is water based, but I only use it on my baby hairs and the edges of my hair. Because you know your baby hair's gotta look good, and this works for my hair. I don't necessarily think I have a lot of baby hairs, but you gotta make do. So I just kind of push forward the shorter pieces of hair in the front of my head and then go from there. So there, look at my little baby hairs. Hey, baby hairs. Uh, yeah, baby hairs honestly can take me forever because I like love for them to be perfect. So I'll just keep going, keep swooping. I like to start off with a brush because it's a little harder. And then, yep, there I go. I pull out my trusty toothbrush and just keep molding, keep going. Don't worry about a lot of like edge control on your face or, on the side of your head because it'll all go away later. You'll see as we keep going. Yep, I'm still working on my little baby hairs. They're coming together. I told y'all it takes me a little minute to make sure they are where I want them to be. And so yeah, basically once I did that, I just applied more a lot of body just to the edges of my hair. Again, I did not want my hair to be super curly, but I did want it to lie down. Also, the Lotta Body makes my hair a little greasy looking, so I didn't want that as well. So I didn't add too much. So there I go, making the tightest ponytail ever. Make sure if you don't listen to anything else I do, make sure that this ponytail is as tight as possible, and I'll explain why later. So then I just used, I don't even know what that's called. It's like this paper that, people use when they wrap short hair at the hair salons. That's what they used, and that's what I did to lay down my edges. There I go, braiding up my ponytail. Don't judge me because I don't know how to braid that well. Might be one of the few black girls out there that can't braid. Then I applied more of that oil, the Brazilian Keratin oil I showed you guys earlier, just to make sure that my hair was as protected as possible. Now I took more of that wrapping paper and I started to wrap it around my hair using just the paper and rubber bands. I would also suggest once your hair is wrapped enough and there's enough space between the paper and your hair, then use a little bit of hair glue to really make sure that that paper is on there, because you don't want it to start sliding off. I did make the mistake. I did this 2 times actually. The first time, the wrapping paper on my braids started to slide off as I added hair, which sucked. Literally sucked. So please take my advice and make sure that that paper is secure on your ponytail. So yeah, you're just gonna keep it moving, keep twisting it around. Make sure that as you twist around, you tighten the paper. It's kind of stretchy, has like a stretchy feel. You can get it from any beauty supply store if you haven't seen this before. It kind of feels like tissue paper. It's really thin. And yeah, you just keep wrapping around, wrapping around. Make sure it's as tight as possible, and make sure that, again, you're using that glue to make sure it sticks on there. You see, I'm using a rubber band, but towards the end, I definitely put some glue on there because I did not want my ponytail to slide off again. That's it right there. Just make sure I added an extra layer of paper because I was really worried about my hair. I'm scared of glue in my hair, which most people should be scared of. So there you go. I added the glue right there. Next, I got some old weave tracks, whatever you call them, that was left over. I cannot remember where this hair is from, but it's really soft. It was already dyed. I dyed the ends of it, and I wore it a while ago, definitely over a year ago. And then you see me just applying glue to the top of the track. Excuse my busted looking nails. And yeah, just do that. Then you're going to start at the end of your little paper ponytail and make sure it's stuck on there really nicely. This may take a while. It does take a lot of time to apply the track. Make sure it doesn't slide off. And then you're just going to use a blow dryer to really ensure that the glue is dried and it's not going anywhere. So yeah, this video is sped up a little bit, but this definitely took the longest amount of time. My shoulders and arms were pretty tired by the end of this. If you have a friend that is willing to do it, I would suggest maybe having someone else do this for you. So yeah, you're just gonna move up the ponytail little by little, adding your track with the glue. Also expect to get your hands a little dirty if you do it yourself, because it's hard to see exactly what you're doing. But it worked out for me. You know, you got to do what you got to do. There's always soap and water, not a big deal. So I got all the way to the top. I was very nervous about getting glue in my hair, so definitely be careful. I also had to add another ponytail holder to make my ponytail tighter. As you can see, it's now went from pink to black because I added another ponytail holder. It just was not tight enough, and that's why I suggested earlier that your ponytail is as tight as possible. Even if you have to use two, I would suggest honestly using a stretchy headband, one of those like sporty stretchy headbands, to do a ponytail, because those really get it tight and they take up more space, which just makes it better. So as you can see here, I actually pinned using bobby pins the last track onto my ponytail because you don't want it to slide off. Those pins literally are like the anchor that holds everything together. If you want to use glue, you can, but I would just suggest really making sure you get as close to the base of the ponytail as possible. So as you can see here, I use spritz, or you can use any hairspray that is super hard once it dries. And then I just started wrapping around a piece of hair over the track to kind of cover that all up. Spritz is great because it's also kind of sticky, so it's stuck into place. I really didn't even need this bobby pin to hold it. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. through all the work of creating this ponytail, my edges got a little crazy again. So I just reapplied the Lotta body and beeswax and then put the paper back on just to kind of hold it on down and left it on for about 25 minutes. And in the meantime, I decided to cut the ends of this hair only because it's pretty old. I've had it for a while and the ends were colored. So they just were looking a little scraggly. So yeah, I'm just showing you guys how I cut the ends of this hair. But I wanted it to look a little wild and not super straight, so I didn't really have to cut off that much. I also sprayed the ponytail a little bit just to bring some of the curl back. It had been through so much creating this ponytail. But that is it, guys. That is literally, it's super simple. Here I am with my cute little ponytail. It looks super duper natural. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, I don't know, just comment below. And also, of course, make sure you subscribe. Thanks.